Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome back. We are into our episode number 2 of the Lost in Space B9 robot. We are currently in the head assembly steps and the instructions. We did part of his brain in the previous episode, and we are into the finger lights right now. And so as you can see here in front of you, let's take a look and see what we got here. Alright. So basically what I did to put these 7 finger lights in place was I took my little hobby knife I got right here, and I actually went back and I scratched out the paint in the groove sections. There are 7 grooves in this part of the brain cup, the top half. So in each of these grooves I actually scratched off down to the basic molding in the grooves themselves. So with that being done, I took the actual finger lights, the stalk end on the ends, and I scraped off all the paint to get it back to the clear part. And then once that was done, I was able to go ahead and glue the part in. Again, I started with the glue and glaze, since it is a clear part, so it would help adhere to the actual part itself. And once that was done, I just put a little bit of some Tamiya extra thin cement to finish holding it in place. So as you can see right here, they're all basically in there secure now, because I let this sit overnight, and so we're good to go with that. I will go ahead and put the top half of this assembly, which is this part right here. I'll take it off part of the sprue tree here, and we'll get that glued in place as well. And once that is done, I will come back and I will use some of my Tamiya clear amber, and hand brush the tips of the finger lights to represent the light mechanism that comes out of it. So there you go. Now, like I said before, there's 7 here, but they actually gave you a total of 8, so I still have 1 left over in case anything went wrong with the previous 7. So that's still sitting on our sprue tree. So with that being said, we will be back with a continuation of this build, so stand by. Well, it just occurred to me that when I was looking at the instructions again, especially this 1D section here, basically it's telling me to carefully cement the brain cup bottom half into the bubble bottom half, and then cement the 7 finger lights to the brain cup bottom, and then you add the brain cup top. So basically I did not do that. I kind of did it outside the box, so I'll show you what I mean. I actually let me bring the light in a little bit here. So I basically attached this whole assembly of the brain cup top half with the brain cup bottom half with the finger lights all together before actually cementing it to the bottom half of the bubble bottom. So like I said, I was putting this stuff together outside the box. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take these clothespins off here, and you can see now that we have this totally assembled for this part of the build. So there's that. So what I'm going to plan on doing right now is to go ahead and paint up the tips of the finger lights here with some of my clear orange X-26 right here. And what I have in my little medicine cup right here, you see the little liquid right there, that's the actual Tamiya Color Acrylic Paint X-28 thinner, so that after I'm done brushing the clear orange on there, we can go ahead and clean our brushes. So here we go. I am going to set this down right now a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and unscrew that. I'm going to go ahead and stir it up a little bit with my toothpick. All right. See right there. Okay, because that's going to be the actual color that's going to be on the finger lights there. So there you go. All right. We're ready to go ahead and paint these guys up. So here we go. All right. So let's see if I can get this in there close for you. You can see I'm just kind of dabbing it on there a little bit. It doesn't take much. All right, 2 down. Here's our third. Okay. There you go. Okay. All right. Make sure I get the underside too as well. Stuff is pretty thin, so it flows pretty freely on there. So there you go. There's our 7 finger lights all done up and everything. And with that, I think I'll go ahead and we'll just kind of set that off to the side for right now. Let it dry for a few minutes. And of course, like I said, we still have some of the leftovers on the brush. So with the Tamiya thinner here, we just go ahead and clean our brushes so it's set for another session with some more paint. So okay, that is good there. Just kind of go ahead and clean her up a little bit. This has a tendency to fall off my handle. We'll glue it back on. Okay. There. We got a clean brush now. All right. Also, speaking of the bubble bottom half here, let me get this out of the way so I don't spill it. Okay. So if you actually look at the way the instructions are numbering the items, this bottom bubble bottom half shows the number 25. And if you look on the 1E for the top half of the bubble top half there, it says 72. And I say once again 25 here. So when I looked at the sprue tree, you can see the 2 items that we just talked about here. On the sprue tree itself, we have actually numbers 73 and 74. So basically, I guess that's a misprint as far as the instructions are telling you. So just kind of be aware of that in case you get something similar to that. So as far as the bubble bottom half here, we again went ahead with the gunmetal gray, and I used the my permanent magic marker silver for the nuts and bolts of it. So they want you to kind of paint both the inside and outside. So this is the outside part. We flip around, and we also painted the inside part as well. So that is all done up. So we will be back shortly with in a little bit, because I'm going to probably finish up at least on this head assembly part of this video. So we'll be right back. Okay, so here's the completed head assembly, as you can see here in front of you. Let me kind of move this light over just to here. Yeah, you probably get the reflection off of my overhead lamp here because of the clear plastic bubble, so sorry about that. So anyways, here's our finished product for our first step in the head assembly instructions. As you can see, we'll kind of do a quick little rotation here so you can see all sides. And so there you go. Now, like I say, these are two halves of the bubbles themselves. So what I ended up doing, again, I went back to my glue and glaze right here, and I basically just put a little bit of some glue in my palette tray, and I took a small toothpick, like you see right here, because on the lower half of the bubble there is a small groove around the perimeter. So I went ahead and just kind of dabbed the tip of the toothpick and just went around and put some of the glue around the edges all the way around 360, and just be careful as best I can. And then I went ahead and glue the top part itself and just apply some finger pressure on the bubble itself, and just let it sit there for about 20 minutes or so. And this is the result. So this, we're looking at the front part of the brain, as you can see right there. And so there you go. So this is basically going to complete our episode number 2 with the head assembly completed. And so like I said, our next episode will be going into the neck assembly. And so until then, I hope everybody has a good day and a good weekend, and we will catch you on the next series of the Lost in Space B9 robot. So until then, this is Kovac Enterprises, and we are signing off. So long.